All right, class. This week we're talking about some important methods of getting our message across. So we're talking about ethos, pathos, and logos from the famous Aristotle. Yes, he came up with it. He came up with the rhetorical triangle. You can see these three methods always are in your commercials. You'll never watch commercials the same way. They're in your videos, your movies, politics, our articles that we read. So I'm going to try to run through these real quickly, and then if you want a longer video at the end with my lecture on ethos, pathos, and logos, go to the bottom of this screen and I have a long lecture there for you. So ethos is basically your credibility. Dr. Martin Luther King states his credibility at the beginning of a letter from Birmingham jail. He's establishing trust, authority. Doctors, my doctor prescribed me this. That's credibility. Journalist. He's a well-known journalist for the Wall Street Journal. Even academia, they have a PhD. They wrote an article in this journal that I found. That's credibility, right? That's ethos. All right. So ethics, that's how I remember that one. I always remember words to remember other words. So ethics, credibility. Logos is like Spock from Star Trek. He's all logic. He has no feelings. So you have statistics, you have reasoning, even how you put things together is logic. I'll show you some examples of that if you watch my longer video below. And then pathos is the #1 selling method in the entire world. Always has been. Emotion. If you can grab someone's emotion, if you can pull their heartstrings, you will gain their support. So ethos, ethical appeal. It's about establishing your credibility, your authority. When your audience trusts you, they're more likely to be persuaded. And here's a big example from Martin Luther King Jr. that you can read. Pathos, stirring the emotions. If I can get you fired up, if I can get you to love something, if I can get you mad, that is totally pathos. That's the most powerful selling technique. And then logos, statistics, logic. So there's some examples here of how to present your credentials with ethos. Pathos, you're telling a story. Maybe you're writing an essay, or an author or tells a story at the beginning, like Michael Bunn does in How to Read Like a Writer this week. He tells a story. It pulls you in to make a point. Even though you don't know what the point is at the beginning, you're invested in his story. And then logos, logic, right? The numbers, statistics. I can startle you with the fact that there's over 1 million homeless children in America. You're already invested. So use these in your writing, and we're going to examine these, and we'll find where within these writings where our authors use them, politicians use them, or don't use them, one way or the other, and how we can implement these in our writing to help us be better writers. It's only by examining the reading that we become better writers. If we can emulate the way an author writes, practice it. Try to write like Stephen King, or try to write like Brene Brown, or try to write like your favorite author. You'll start learning their techniques. And odds are, and I know this for a fact, they will use ethos, pathos, and logos.